Proves our magic at SMP. Clover was doing some shenanigans and putting pumpkins everywhere, and then got found out by Solstice and Celestina. So Clover took them down, but then put them back up in the demonics class. Later on, Deimos found out and showed up at Clover's house. Told her to stop because some of them would not like it, but allowed Clover to decorate his office and the classroom. Find out what happens next this time in Magica.
Excited for school today?
I'm intrigued for class because I'm wondering we're gonna learn about first type thing.
I know Deimos said we can learn on our own, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I made this one spell, but all it does is hurt people.
So I can light myself up and I can light you up. Watch. Boom. Boom. Magic. It's what I can do. That's what I can do.
I'm so shiny.
You are a star, right? So.
I know, but I'm very dim right now.
That's true, but you're still shiny. You shine like a star. Everyone does.
Oh, it went away. Do it again.
So I kind of learnt really basic ones. It took me a lot of reading, so it helped my reading a lot. So I don't struggle as much. I can put full sentences in that.
Did you? I'm so proud of you. Oh,
yeah, I can read the books. I can read the book. I also look what I got over the week. I don't know if you were venturing something, but look, I have other classes' banners.
How'd you get those?
Magic. To be honest, I can't remember.
I found these. That one up there. Oh,
that's
it's
cool.
Probably better to get closer.
Yeah,
I was
cool
exploring.
banner.
I know we're not supposed to go very far, but I couldn't help myself.
I go exploring all the time. That's a nice banner.
I know. I found a house with them. There was other stuff in there too. Look what I found.
Let me jump over in that. What did you find? Whoa. I think I've seen a few of those.
They're all different.
No, they are.
Oh. What did that do?
I'm not sure.
Maybe I'll try them out here.
I am interested to this class. I always have been drawn to stars and that. I mean, I am... It's getting nighttime soon. Oh. Wow. I think it's for mana weaving. Oh, you're pushing. It pushes people. That's interesting.
Oh, that's so cool.
That is cool. We could ask Deimos about it, what they are.
Yeah, I've got a lot of them. Look at this one.
Oh, I'm in the floor. There was an incident the other day where a few of us got stuck in the floor under the school. We got out, obviously.
Oh.
What is... You put a crafting table with magic.
Does it go away?
Orion, stop. Wait, they do just break it. Just break it like a normal crafting table.
I wasn't expecting that to happen.
Well, I don't know how you make crafting tables out of thin air, apart from with wood. I would suggest against putting more crafting tables. I mean, I can't really say much. I did put because across half the school.
Should we head over to class?
We can.
I wonder if anyone else is here. Hello? Hello? Oh. There's more stuff in here than last time. Oh, you waited out here. Oh, I'll wait. I wonder. I hope the professor's not going to be mad about this, but
Stop pointing at them. Stop pointing at them.
I just want him to tell me what these do.
You were speaking of me? Yes?
No. Hi, Professor.
Orion's trying to figure out what some of the things do.
Oh, well, let me see them. I can try and help.
I found a few things.
Just a few.
That is...
I just don't know what they all do.
I have some at home, but I didn't bring them with me.
Well, let's see.
I clicked on them all, and the only one that did anything, it pushed Clover away, and then one made a crafting table.
Yes, I see the crafting table one.
Yeah, that's the one that pushed
I
her
see
away.
what this is.
Oh, wow.
Let's see, and then this... Let me look at this more closely. Okay.
I wonder why Deimos' arm glows.
These seem to be from the Men and Artifice type of magic. They are wands attuned with different spells, some of them being cast or attract. Basically, either they cast on objects, people, or yourself.
Yeah. Oh, no, that...
Am I allowed to
Yeah.
use them?
Well, how did you attain these?
I found them.
In chess?
Yeah.
Well,
Is
no,
that okay? I wasn't stealing.
Oh, no worries.
No,
It's
it's not
okay.
my fault.
You'll be learning this magic anyways. If you weren't, then we'd have some problems. But you're fine for now. Ah, Stardust. Hello.
Hi, Stardust.
Good day.
I started.
Alright. Well, I believe this is a sizable amount of people, so let's get started. Today, I'll be teaching you the basics and essentials of Ars Novo, the first unit of this class. Please take a seat. As you can see, Clover decorated the place with some pumpkins. And I believe, did you put the snow golem here as well?
I don't know where they've come from, to be honest. Me and a few others walking around, there's been, like, some signs, with, like, who they're from, but I think they're kind of like a joke of who they're from.
Possibly. But, yes. Alright. Please refrain
You were
from
missing out.
spellcasting. Thank you. Please refrain from spellcasting during the lesson. Let's get started. So, Ars Novo, the description of it, that I like to call it, is a way of taking the mana in your body and from the world and putting it into spells that you can configure any way you like. Based off of glyphs, which you can see over here. Wizards in Ars Novo can use these glyphs. There is projectile, effect type, and useful glyphs, as I like to call them, because they're the actual part that matters. These are the different books up here. I know I gave you all the novice spellbook before, and Orion, I noticed you would level up to level 2. Well done. Then there's the level 3, which requires a nether star, emeralds, ender pearls, a Wilden tribute, and a totem of undying. Very rare items, but very powerful. Over here is the Wilden tribute, which you get from killing the Wilden Chimera after you summon it. Over here is a bucket of source. I will get to that in a second. Of course, the spells, mage bloom, and all of this. Now, you're probably wondering what these armor stands at the back are used for. The armor themselves are useful. This is the novice mage armor. Then there's the mage armor Then there's the Arch-Mage Armor. This set is enchanted because it is the only set that we have at this academy. It's mine. Now, this armor, you craft it from mana threads, which you get from creating these mage bloom seeds and growing them like you would any normal crop. After you grow them, you harvest the mana, and then you turn it into string, and then you craft it, just like normal armor. Then, to upgrade it, you take the string. Calm down, both of you. You take the strings, you modify it with blaze powder, and then you get the mage armor. Then you modify that with heated chorus flowers, and then you get this. Now, you may be thinking, how'd you get this if the end is closed off? Well, that's because I attained this when the end was still open. But obviously it's closed, so you can't really get this set. But I hope that in the future, you may.
What's the end?
It's a place where a dragon. That's all I know.
It's another dimension, extremely dangerous, home to Endermen and Ender Dragons and Shulkers alike. It is terrifying. You aren't allowed to go there.
Why did it close?
Because the headmaster thought it would be safe for other students to... It'd be safer if they didn't go in. Here we have a source gem ore, which let me grab one out from behind the desk. Okay. All right. This is a source gem. I will pass it around the room. Make sure you pass it around to other people. That is the source gem. That is the... Let's say the diamond of Arsenal of Ohm. It is extremely important and used in almost every single crafting recipe. It is used to make the magic clay, which you see here. Used to make the magic clay, which in turn makes the glyphs. It is used to create source, create this arcane core, enchanting apparatus, source jar, all this. Thank you, Stardust. And then there's also the source gem block, which is, of course, just condensed source gems. That can also be used in crafting recipes. I would also like to quickly go over the items that these armor stands are holding. Now, you'll see that this looks like a bow. That's a shield, that's a sword, and that is the enchanter's mirror. There is one more item that I couldn't fit on there, the casting wand. It is like any other wand you've ever seen. It has normal usage, and it can cast spells. Just like that. Now, the difference between all these items and why you would want to craft them is that with each of them, say for the enchanter's shield, you are able to put any spell onto them. Yes, exciting. For the enchanter's bow, that means that whatever spell you apply to it will be shot out like an arrow. Whatever you enchant the enchanter's sword with,
trying so hard
on contact with whoever you hit, it casts that spell. Very, very fun to mess with people. And the enchanter's mirror, it casts it on yourself, whatever that may be. It could be healing spell or teleportation, whatever. The casting wand is it's similar to the enchanter's bow, it just sends it straight forward. Now, I'd like to move over to some of these machines over here. Saw that?
Clover.
This is the glyph press. This is what you use to make any of these glyphs. You take magic clay, or you take any types of clay. There's magic clay, which is tier 1. There's marvelous clay, which is tier 2 of spells, and then there's mythical clay, which is tier 3. Each one is more complicated and expensive to make than the last. The beginning one you make out of clay, a single source gem, and 2 redstone ore. The next one you make out of 1 magic clay, 2 lapis lazuli, 1 gold ingot, and 1 source gem. And then the mythical clay you make with 1 marvelous clay, 2 blaze powder, and 2 diamonds. Very worth it in my opinion compared to what you can do with it. Now this glyph press, actually let me run out back. I have some source gems out back that actually have source in them. Now, perfect. Let me just move this out of the way. Here we go. that is also what source looks like in a source jar. It's a purple-like liquid. You'll notice there's a lot of purple. So if that's your favorite color, then lucky you.
I'm colorblind.
So here, yes,
But he doesn't know.
come down this floor level so we can watch this happen.
Just on the desk.
I am going to make a freeze spell. Now, the way you make spells is you take the clay first,
Why is he so tall?
put it in the machine, and then you'll see it's in there. And then that is the basis of your spell. Then you'll take a
Okay.
catalyst, like this snow block, and they're all detailed
Fair
in your
enough.
books. In your books, it obviously tells you what the catalyst is for the spell, whatever that may be, like a bow, anvil, or whatnot. For this, pop the snow block in. It takes source from the nearest source jar. And then in a second, pops out your glyph of freeze. Now, who wants it?
Ooh, I do.
Here you go. That glyph of freeze. Do you know how to apply glyphs? Glyphs?
Like this. Oh, no, not like that. No, I don't know what to do with this.
Just right click,
Oh,
and then you will learn it. Now you're
Boy,
able
this-
to use that glyph whenever you want. Now, the properties of the freeze glyph: it freezes water or lava in a small area wherever it hits, or if it hits a target, it will slow it. So it's very effective later on once you learn the cold snap spell. Now, on the reverse, I'm going to make another spell to showcase the different catalysts. I'm going to make the ignite spell, which requires same magic clay and a flint and steel. And then once you pop that in, it plays again, and then out pops your ignite. This one sets fire to whatever it hits. Who would like this one? Clover, Stardust, either of you.
If you want it, Stardust, you can have it.
There you go. And then same with Orion, you right click and you learn it. Now, a little known fact about glyphs is that each time you learn one, it increases your maximum mana slightly. So even though you may not use a spell, it is still useful to learn it. Now, while we're on the topic of increasing mana, back to your seats. Your maximum mana, when you're not into Ars Nouveau, it's a small amount. It is a reduced amount, you can barely do any spells. Once you have your first magic book, it goes up slightly. As you learn glyphs, it goes up slightly.
But Ryan,
The
he keeps
best
hitting
way
me with spells.
To
I'm gonna
increase
go
your maximum mana
wild.
is to either wear the armor back here.
Wait.
Ah,
Oh,
William,
well.
thank you for joining us.
William.
Please take a seat.
My God.
sorry.
Stop
No problem.
it.
We were just in the middle of a lesson. It actually came at a good time. Now, these different armor sets, based on how high tier they are, this is a tier 1 armor, this is a tier 2 armor, and this is my tier 3 armor. Each of them increases your maximum mana by a certain amount. Obviously, the higher the tier, the more mana.
The more dangerous.
Now,
more protective.
other ways you can is you don't even need this armor. You can wear your normal diamond armor, netherite armor, or some other magic armor. As long as you have the mana boost enchantment, which can go up to level 1, level 2, or level 3. Of course, with each level ascending, it increases your maximum mana by a certain amount. As well as there's also the mana regen enchantment, which also goes up to level 1, 2, or 3. That does not increase your mana, but it does increase how fast your mana regenerates. So you may choose to have more mana, or to have less mana but have it regenerate quicker. Of course, that's up to any of you. Ars Nouveau is a magic mod that is very up to the person. It is very individual. It is one of the most unique magics that we can learn at Solins, and that's why it is my personal favorite.
okay.
Now, before I move on, are there any questions?
Can you put those
None.
enchantments on those?
On
What?
What? On the
Ryan.
armor?
Those armors?
Yes, you actually can.
Oh,
It's what I have it's what I have on my armor over here. If we take a look, my hood has mana boost 3, mana regen 3, and reach 3. Of course, I don't need protection because I've already have all my spells. Oh, Stardust. What are the other glyphs you have on display? Ah, yes, good question. So, if you look over here, this purple one, like I said, it's a projectile spell. This is the glyph of projectile. You should already have this in your books. This is the tier 2 glyph of AoE. This one increases the size and radius of your spells. So, for example, if you apply the glyph of AoE to a break spell, it will increase the amount of area that it can mine. From something like a 1 block to a 2x2 to a 3x3 to even a 4x4 all at once. It's amazing.
He gets me in trouble way too much.
Over here are tier 3 spells, was my favorites. The glyph of lightning, whichever area it strikes down lightning. Clover, I know you have experience with me using that a little bit.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
How?
I don't want to
visited Clover's house once and was a little bit angry, so I was cooling off by casting a bunch of lightning. Then here we have the glyph of summon Vex. Yes. Have any of you had any interactions with Vex?
First time hearing of them.
I don't know what that is.
The little aren't there?
Little devils with wings. Yes.
Yeah, remind me of Pixies a little bit.
Yes, the Vex are used by the Evokers, but with the Totem of Undying as a catalyst, with Mythical Clay, you can now summon your own trio of Vex.
Oh, that sounds thrilling.
It's really fun. Now, back to your seats. Let's talk about this arcane core, this shiny thing in the corner over here. This is what is mainly used in another bigger aspect of Ars Novo. This is used for the enchanting apparatus, which is right next to it, to enchant items, armor, and basically anything else. It is actually how you get the Mage Bloom Seed. Now, in your books, there is a whole section for enchanting, and it talks about how to enchant and lists each of the components, ingredients, and whatnot for certain normal enchantments. Obviously, other ones might include mana regen, mana boost, and I don't know, unbreaking, respiration, just anything like that. You will also find the arcane core and the enchanting apparatus being used in different sections of your book. Like I said, the Mage Bloom Seed is a prime example of it. Now, let's move outside for this one. I'm going to set up an impromptu enchanting area. I'm hoping that the headmaster doesn't get mad at me. And this will also teach you how to set it up. So, first, you dig a hole in the ground. You take your arcane core, you place it in the ground. Then you take your enchanting apparatus and you put it on top. Now, back up for this a little bit. Then you take these arcane pedestals. This is a little technique that I like to use to get the shape down. Now, I'm going to craft a Mage Bloom Seed very quickly. For that, you need 8 source gems and 1 seed of any type. You put the source gem, you right click and you put these source gems at the arcane pedestals. The source jar. You need source. Let me get that. Whew, there we go. So you need source nearby, as with most Ars Novo things. Then you take your seeds of any type, you put them in. Ooh, 1 second, let me. The book. My mistake. It's only 4. You only need 4 source gems per. Then you take your seeds, you put it in, and then you start enchanting it.
Ooh, shiny.
And then you get a Mage Bloom Seed. I will give each of you 1 Mage Bloom Seed by the end of this. It's the same process with any of these things like this. Anything you have to enchant with the enchanting apparatus is just putting the items on the pedestals around it in a 3x3 with the arcane core at the middle. So if you ever see any confusing diagram in the book, it might be this. You can grow these however you like. And then William, here is yours.
Thank you.
That is used to make the armor and a few other things. But yes. All right, let us move inside. I will clean that up later. Orion, the spell casting.
Sorry.
That's okay. All right. Any questions so far on anything? Well, let's go to the next part of Ars Nova. I will go over this shortly for today.
3 hours later.
I will give you all a little bit of homework before you leave. I want each of you to come up with 3 different spells. They can have different aspects to them. They don't all have to be distinctly different. They can be similar, but you can have one spell be Ignite Flare with projectile. You can have one of them be Freeze Cold Snap, one of them might be Explosion, Leap, or anything like that. As long as it does something and you can demonstrate it, then I'll pass you. I mean, of course, if you don't, I won't fail you, but it'll show me that you at least care enough to, make spells.
Right.
Stardust, please.
I think she's just looking forward to the spells, to be honest.
No worries, I was too. I remember being a student and making my own spells. I also remember having my first familiar, my little carbuncle, Effie. Anyways, not to reminisce. All right, that's your homework. Prepare that by tomorrow, same time. And that's it. Class is over.
It sounds like the type of homework that I should not be doing in my dorm.
I recommend
do it with
outside
us.
testing.
If you need space, my place is always open to you all.
That's true, Clover. Your house is very pretty.
Thank you. It's also very big. There's downstairs, upstairs, around.
We can also go to my place. They just got new furniture there.
In your dorm room?
Enough. Yeah. My other two have keep spending time with their other friends, so we can study there.
If you ever need, there's always space.
Right. And
See you
Thanks,
all tomorrow.
Professor.
Good night.
see you, Ryan.
Also, you can call me Deimos. Professor is a bit formal, but whatever you want to call me.
Okay, Professor. I mean, Deimos.
I'll see you both later. Yeah.
See you later.